Howdy everyone, Runt9 here, and welcome to Runt9 Plays Gordian Quest. This is a game that got immediately on my radar, I believe last week after Northern Lion tried it on a Northern Lion Tries video, and I was very excited about the opportunity to play it here on YouTube. So, we just finished up a week of Demon Crawl. We're going to play a week of Gordian Quest. I don't know if that's going to end up being enough, however. If we kind of get towards the end of the week, and, I'll be able to reevaluate this over the weekend since I'm recording this a bit ahead of time. We'll kind of see if we want to push this one longer than a week, and you'll kind of see why. Gordian Quest is an early access deck building roguelike, except it's not actually a roguelike, it's more Darkest Dungeon style RPG. You have this camp with different buildings that you're going to be building up over time. You've got different quests. And the deck building comes from equipment and skills as opposed to just cards existing as cards. It's very interesting. I've played a little bit just to make sure I got a feel for the game before I threw it up here on YouTube. But we are going to start a new campaign and jump right in with Act 1. Now, the very first thing you have to do is select one of the 6 starting heroes. You do get more heroes. This is party-based, and it does add a, tactical grid element to things as well in combat. So, looking at the different classes, I played a little bit with the Druid and enjoyed it. The Warrior has some swordsmanship, warrior leadership, so focuses on one-on-one, combat ability and crowd control, buffing yourself and allies. You have Catherine the Cleric, so divine skills focus on channeling the power of the gods to lay waste to your foes. Holy Warrior skills focus on combining offensive and defensive abilities that are mostly martial in nature. Spirit Healer focuses on Spirit Healer skills focus on empowering and protecting your and restoring your allies. Can't talk today. So you have Bertram the Ranger. Sharpshooter is arrow types so it's distance. Trapper is going to be throwing traps on the ground. Sentry is automated field weapons. You've got the Scoundrel. This is going to be your rogue. Assassin skills, sabotage, and subterfuge. Sure. You've got the Spellbinder, evocation, force, conjuration. All makes sense there. And then the Druid has primal, elemental, and animal kinship. So I definitely find the Spellbinder interesting, but I think that I'm probably going to want to try the Cleric first, just so I'm guaranteed to start things off with a healer. We're going to move forward from there. We're going to do normal difficulty. I'm not going to turn on roguelike mode, at least in this playthrough, but I would like to turn it on in a future run. Essentially, it turns on permadeath, just like it is in Darkest Dungeon. You know what? Actually, I've convinced myself. I'm used to permadeath in Darkest Dungeon. We will turn on roguelike mode in this first run. Yes, we will skip the prologue battle since that is basically a tutorial. And so this takes you to the first town, or the town, and you get started. And again, you can kind of see that it's going to have a bunch of these different buildings that open up as time goes by. First off, we have access to the guild hall. And I am going to skip over some of the lore and whatnot early on, since it's mostly just here's getting started and whatnot. As we get deeper into the story, though, I definitely will try to slow down a bit. And so this is basically just welcome to the city. Essentially, the undead are attacking, and we are holding up and trying to push them back. So we get to also choose who our second party member is going to be. And so again, it's a deck building roguelike with these Darkest Dungeon elements. So you have a party and you take multiple people into battle with you. So you have Alphonse, that's going to be the Scoundrel. Lucius, I forget which one Lucius is. Bertram is the Ranger. And then you can gain a new party member at random. So I'm thinking that since we have a Cleric who is going to be a healer, we could probably be just fine with, I think Lucius is the swordsman. Alphonse is a Scoundrel with assassin-y type stuff. I played with him a little bit last time, And I believe Lucius is who I saw Northern Lion play with on the stream. So I would like to try out a little bit of Bertram. I think NL played with as well, but, you know, details. So you've got Sister Ophelia. You can come here and it will automatically heal all of your party members. You can give alms, which gives you a chance to earn fate points. Fate points, you can spend them to redo a bad challenge roll, taking the new outcome. There are some D&D elements in here as well. In fact, whenever you do a challenge roll, you roll a D20 and you have an ability check that you do, and you can basically make a skill card unavailable for the next fight in order to improve the roll. We'll look at that as we get there. You can also buy some stuff. So you've got a medicinal leaf, which adds grit, or when used in battle, adds grit into your hand. When used outside of battle, restores 2 HP. Grit is a 0 cost card that you have to discard a card, regain 3 HP, and expends. And then you've got some health vials and stamina vials. Exiting out of that, basically and you also have the blacksmith. And so the blacksmith sells various different rarities and kinds of equipment. So why do you need equipment? Well, as you can kind of see, equipment gives you different cards. For example, these gloves give you dexterous handling. This studded leather will give you the grit card, as well as starting battles with 1 vigil. And I think 1 vigil is extra damage on your next attack or something like that. This one gives you the tenacity card, gain 5 guard for every ally adjacent to you. And then you've got some more equipment here. Let's take a closer look at our heroes, actually. It's probably a good idea. You have a few different equipment slots here. You've got helmet, body armor, boots, weapon, gloves, and then you've got necklace. I think that's shield. You have 2 consumable slots, belt, and 2 rings. So as time goes by, you're going to be able to fill up this equipment that will fill out the skills, which is the deck that you're getting. You also have some talents, as well as look at the skill tree. You also have these skill trees for how you want to focus on different things that give you more cards. So all that is really cool. You have a journal, quests, all that good stuff. How about we jump into the first main quest here, where we take back the storehouse. So the way this works is you start off and you kind of go around this circle. You've got a hard boss here, and you'll get to see some combat right out of the gate here. Because ultimately the combat is the main point of it. And so you can see you go on quests a little bit, kind of like the Darkest Dungeon style as well. But we have an ally here, an NPC helping us as well. And so he'll attack automatically on his turn. In addition, you have enemies have HP. Sometimes they'll have abilities and buffs and stuff above their HP. And you can also see exactly what they're doing. So these guys are going to lurch forward and do some attacks. What do we have? Tumble. Shift 1, discard 1, draw 1, gain 4 agility if a defense card is drawn. Shift allows you to move into a target cell. You can click on a cell to see how many action points it would cost. In this case, it would all cost 1. You start with 3 energy, fairly typical for these kinds of games. Bar Shot gives you Primed Shot, can be boosted by arrow cards for additional effect. Rebounding hit, 3 damage, chain once, apply, dealing 2 less damage, apply 4 vulnerable on targets. So what I'm thinking we do here is, how about... He's not going to take any damage on this one, so we'll just go for a rebounding hit here. I guess he had a triggered card, which stays in your hand, and in this case, he got to follow up on our attack. And then I believe a Far Shot with the vulnerability... Did we not make him vulnerable? No, we only made this guy vulnerable. Well, if we do 2 attacks, we can go ahead and kill him, get him out of there. And then end our turn. Then Catherine gets to go. She's got some pretty solid defense cards. Deal 7 damage, reveal a random temp common heal card. Strike deals 8 damage, blessed strike. Deal 8 damage, gain 1 channel. Channeled charges will reduce the AP cost of channeled spells. That seems like it's probably a good idea. How about we just do a couple of quick smacks here? We have Restore, which we don't need, but it will get shuffled into our deck. Not that it matters, I just wanted to see how that mechanic worked before it actually ended up mattering. This guy is basically going to be very dead. 1, 2, 3, so we would need to move back. So how about we tumble there, pick a card to remove from our hand. How about we remove Quick Trap? We will use Lightweight Arrow is exactly 5 away, exactly 3 away. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so he's still actually going to be 4 away. So 1, 2, 3. Had we stayed there, as it turns out. So we'll just move back up there, use Improved Arrow, and then Far Shot will do bonus damage because of Primed Shot. Apparently that does not count as 3 cells. I guess Diagonal counts as 2. I don't know if the primed buff will last into the next turn. Not that it matters. You can see we have a channeled spell here. It looks like it usually costs 3. We have 1 channel, so it only costs 2. 5 damage, 5 vulnerable, and then another Blessed Strike. So how about we smite down this zombie? Then we picked up a Jade Amulet that gives +1 dex, and then some gold. Well, how about we immediately put the Dex Amulet onto Bertram? That seems good. Now his dexterity goes up to 18, and so it has the D&D style thing, where you get modifiers every 2 points above 10, and negative modifiers every 2 points below 10. So sitting at 17, that +1 dex actually bumps his modifier to +4, which is fantastic. And you can also set the default formation. We're going to want the Cleric in front and Bertram behind her the vast majority of the time. So how about we go back to the map and move on to the next battle. And so basically we're just clearing out some undead enemies here, and then in the next fight we'll have a boss battle. So we're probably going to move reasonably quickly on this battle. 1, 2, 3, so Improved Arrow plus Far Shot. That's 20 damage there, brother. And we'll probably... And I was hoping that that would be enough to get there. How about we do that? Okay, it did chain that way, which is exactly what I wanted. And then how about we shift behind Catherine? You'll discard Tumble, and then Lightweight Arrow buff. I don't know if it lasts into next turn, but we'll find out. 2 Blessed Strikes does seem pretty good. They're both going to be attacking Catherine. He is attacking the NPC friend here. He does have Attack of Opportunity. So ultimately, it's always better to get enemies off the field, get damage off the field, but if he's just attacking the NPC, I don't think I care. How about we hit a couple of Blessed Strikes on this guy, get him dead, and put up some block. I love the impact of the attacks in this game. It's really well done. And I mean, it has a lot of that Darkest Dungeon thing. And I'm going to keep referencing Darkest Dungeon because there's a lot of similarities. But I think this combines things in a really good way. Arm time 1 round, we'll put that there. Let's go ahead and finish this guy off and shoot this guy. Righteous Blow is 3 channel. That seems incredibly good. And then Smite is down to 1. I mean, you gotta smite the undead. That's just what you do. So Catherine has leveled up. What does leveling up get you? This is just Cold Resist. Totally fine. How about we put the Cold Resist on Catherine, since she's going to be the one taking a good chunk of the damage. I don't think Bertram's necessarily going to need it. So now we can spend a skill point in the skill tree. These 4 are random skills, so it'll give you just a few different cards to choose from. You have a new talent, increased HP, a discard skill. So, discard a skill, meaning you can remove a card from your deck, and this is Skill Mastery, master a card in your deck, which is basically evolve a card. Well, then you've got different focuses. You've got Holy Warrior on this side, you've got Spirit Healer and Divine. I think that I want to go up here and try it, or no, I want to go this way. I want to grab a combination of Divine and Spirit Healer. So we're going to go over to this node. So you can either take one of the 3 cards it gives you, which you gain 1 strength, dexterity, or intelligence based on the skill. Blue cards give you intelligence, green cards give you dexterity, red cards give you strength. Or you can replace an existing skill in your deck with a new random one. Take a look at these. Take 2 channel from an ally. Move to any cell in the front row. Gain 0 might. I'm assuming that that will scale up with more strength. And then deal 8 damage. Lose half your guard. Applying it as vulnerable. So you could build up your guard and then attack, adding some big vulnerable stacks to an enemy. I think Bull Rush is going to be potentially useful, but I don't know how useful it's going to be. I don't know how often enemies are going to move us around. Let's just replace an existing skill. I would like to get rid of probably just a basic strike, because Blessed Strike is just straight up better. Its stat bonus will be lost. So the +1 strength from that would be lost if we do that, though. Okay, that's interesting. I actually, let's take out one of the basic blocks. Pick a replacement skill to add to your deck. You will also gain strength, dexterity, or int. Chain Forward repeats on adjacent targets. Deal 3 damage. Add a copy of this skill into your discard pile. Deal +3 damage every time this skill is played this turn. That's a really cool card. I love that, but I think we're going to go with Holy Hammer here. Hold the Heathen Hammer high with the battle cry. All right, I'm excited. This is a great game so far. You know, I've just barely scratched the surface, but I'm super excited to get further and further in. Here's our first little boss battle. And you can see, in this case, the grid is expanded to a 3x3. What does this guy got? Vampiric Touch, heal 2 HP every time damage is dealt, and he retains guard at the end of his turn. Well, we are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 away. So we could do a lightweight arrow and then a far shot to bop him for a nice 20 damage. And we got a follow-up attack of opportunity there, but I'm actually going to tumble. Oh, I can't tumble back there. Well, that's fine. We will use 1 energy to move there and then use far shot once again to smack the boss. Then you... Smite is obviously a very powerful attack for us, but it would take all of our energy. And, oh, you know what? I didn't even realize this guy is an archer. So he is actually going to shoot Bertram. It would be great if we could get this guy killed. This guy's going to defend, and this guy's going to move to the front row, deal 4 damage to any frontmost target in the lane. So Catherine's going to take some damage from that unless we block. So let's start there. Holy Hammer is only going to do the 7 damage, so how about we just smack him? Oh, it's only in the front row ahead of him. So Bertram took 6 damage there, which is obviously bad to say the least because he only has 19 HP. So improved arrow, 1, 2, 3, 3 away. So that's what we're going to go for. We're going to go for a far shot and try to take the boss out. Rebounding hit, I don't think is going to chain onto someone else. How about we just put a quick trap down over there and then dodge. Since this archer is trying to attack him again? Yes. Because I don't know if we'll be able to get both of them down. You have 4 HP. We can easily kill you. Righteous Blow will gain 3 channel. This would be nice to be able to heal Bertram with, though. How about we take you out? Use heal an ally in your lane for 3 HP. Seems good. And then we can... I would rather apply 5 vulnerability to you, but honestly, it's 5 to just kill you. Let's just do it. And you're blocking again. Seems fine. Now, we need to get Catherine moved over because I don't think she can attack from there. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So lightweight arrow plus far shot. And then how about we tumble behind our NPC friend? It doesn't matter which one we get rid of. Actually, I guess it kind of does, but we will just far shot again. And then that should leave it to where Catherine can take care of the rest. Debilitating Bolt, Blessed Strike. She needs to move over at least one for Blessed Strike to do the job. Absolutely. Done and done. Sapphire Ring, more cold resist for Catherine to take. How about we go pop that on real quick? And then also Bertram leveled up, so we need to take a look at his skills. So Trapper, I can almost guarantee you that's just not going to be up my alley. Sentry, maybe. Skill Mastery also seems interesting. The thing is, going this way for a new talent also seems useful. But we're going to go this way because I want to pick up Sharpshooter and Sentry. We picked up Thrill of the Hunt, move to any cell in the lane of a rooted enemy. Heavy Arrow, next prime shot deals 6 more damage if target is exactly 2 away. Construct a Sentry Ward, supports yourself and allies. Let's add our first Sentry card into deck, shall we? And then we will finish up the quest by heading out here. And so this is going to be our first skill check. So basically the front door is locked off, whatever the case may be. We can either force the door or search for another point of entry. We can do a strength check or an intelligence check, and neither one of them is particularly good at it. So we're actually going to go the route of Catherine doing an intelligence check. So what this is telling us is, at the moment, we need an 11 to succeed. I'm going to roll a d20 plus 2, but the trick is you can pick a skill to exhaust for the next battle, meaning it won't be available. The better the skill, the more it's going to give you on your roll. So we could exhaust Righteous Blow and gain +5, and I don't think we're going to need it on the next battle. We've been doing fine without that particular card. It gets our roll to a +7, so now we only need a 4. That's a 4 out of 20, 2 out of 10, so it's a 1/5 chance of failure. So 4/5 chance of success, I'll take those odds. So we get a 17. And I love that little D&D bit there of just the core fundamental piece of you're going to roll a D20, you get your own built-in intelligence modifier or skill modifier, ability modifier, and then you can add a skill card onto the top of things. I love it. And so now this card cannot be used in the next battle. We can climb to the roof, and we can either take out the 2 bandits watching the door or take out the bandit leader in the back. But we take out the bandit leader in the back. So Bertram has an 85% chance of success with his dex as it is. So as it is right now, we need a 7 to succeed. And basically, we need a 3 or greater. How about we just roll and not pick a skill? We got it. Easy enough. And we managed to do it without exhausting a skill. So now that took out the bandit boss in this fight, making it that much easier. So I actually want to pop down our Sentry Ward and kind of check out what this thing is going to do for us. How about we look at a 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, how about we tumble back 1, discard Quick Trap. We gain some agility. We can use Lightweight Arrow and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Far shot this guy for 20 and turn. Then for you, so Righteous. And the other thing about exhausted cards is they still show up in your deck. They still clutter your deck. Also, I realize that like there's not a perfect spot to put my camera. We'll kind of finagle that as the series goes by. The Holy Hammer would only chain forward. So how about we just We would need 2 cards to take you out, or we could just smite you. How about we Blessed Strike you? Just strike him again, and then use Holy Hammer on this guy. Spear throw at the Sentry. Also, you can see the initiative order up here. Oh, we are controlling the officer this time, apparently? Wait, what? Okay, that's... Something happened there. We're good. It is Bertram's turn. We will use, at this point, just a far shot. A rebounding hit can't get there, so let's tumble forward. Discard improved arrow, because we're not going to get 3 cells away. Then just far shot again to get him dead. So we didn't get to see what our sentry did. I'm sure we'll see soon enough. So Leather Hood grants field awareness. Trigger. Gain 3 guard when an ally in the same row attacks. That seems pretty good. Not necessarily right out of the gate, but we will go ahead and put it on Bertram. Just give him a little bit of survivability. Actually, no. This should definitely go on Catherine. And I know that we're like giving her all of the gear right now. We just haven't really gotten anything good for Bertram besides that +1 dex necklace. Because I think this hood, if the NPC ends up being in the row with us, then that could potentially be very good. Didn't quite level up. I thought she did. So now we will travel back to the garrison. And at least for the moment, healing is free. I don't know if healing is always free. We can stop by Sister Ophelia, heal up, take a look at what Captain Roderick has for us. And so we've gained our first renown. Granted to all heroes in the party upon completion of this adventure, allows you to customize and unlock more starting perks for the heroes in future runs. That is something that I am very interested in seeing as time goes by. So Officer Aaron, head over with some of the reserves to secure the area. Right away, Captain. Now, even as we speak, there are battles being waged on multiple fronts along the outer perimeter of the garrison. A few adventurers like yourself has been dispatched to 2 choke points to hold the line. My resources are stretched thin as it is. I'll need you to head out to support the defense effort. Make sure none of the undead break through. So let's do a couple of things real quick. First, let's check our journal. So we have Troubling Times and Defending the Garrison as 2 different quests. The reward for defending the garrison is we gain Lucius the Sword Hand as a new ally. Let's go back to town, sorry. Let's go stop by June the Blacksmith and see what you have for us. Studded Leather gained Grit. This is Magic Missile, which seems good, but only if you have more Magic Missiles. This is a rare belt. +1 to Dexterity-based challenges, +1 to Intelligence-based challenges, +5 Fire Resist. And then this is Dexterous Handling. I don't know what Speed Up does. Draw 2 cards for 0 seems really good, though. Can we afford both? Do we have 200 gold? We do have 200 gold. I am going to purchase both of these. We're going to go back. Bertram is definitely getting the leather gloves. And so now we can look at skills and see what Speed Up does. Initiative increased by 6 for X rounds. That is an incredible card for 0 energy. And I actually think Bertram could use the belt as well. Because the thing is, Catherine is never going to do a dexterity-based challenge. And at the moment, I don't think that Bertram is ever going to do an intelligence-based challenge. Yeah, 14 intelligence versus 9. I think it's... And it's basically covering the same weaknesses. Actually, yeah, we should put it on Catherine just because that makes her dexterity get to a +0. Bumps her intelligence up to a +3, though, which is a better modifier. Whereas Bertram is already sitting at a +4 on dex, so it doesn't really add that much to the equation. And so we've got a few other things that are going to unlock as time goes by. You've got a waypoint there. Graveyard, which I imagine will be for fallen heroes. This is somebody. You've got a store, an inn, a place of learning, and a boutique shop. So we still have some things to unlock. We've only completed one quest. We didn't get very far, but the pace will pick up as time goes by. Like I said, I have a feeling that 7 days is not going to end up being enough, but we'll kind of just have to see. That's going to do it for episode 1, though. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the episode. Let me know your feedback, likes, dislikes, comments, at Runt9 Plays on Twitter, all wonderful ways to get in contact with me. In addition, in the future, not during this series, but in the future, this game will probably show up on stream. A lot of other fun games just like this are showing up on stream, though, over at twitch.tv/Runt9Plays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, 5 p.m. Central Standard Time. Go check those out as well. Until the next episode, though, I'm Runt9, and I will see you later.